Tonight, Democrats duke it out again. A punchy debate night down south sets the stage for a major presidential campaign stepping stone.
And Super Tuesday looms. It's a whole new year for Minnesota, why some say the state matters more than ever before.
Plus, discussion tabled. A controversial proposal to redraw school district lines in Duluth is put on hold when it could be brought back up.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. 7 Democratic presidential candidates squared off in South Carolina tonight, just days before the state's primary, in a debate co-hosted by CBS News.
Competitors tried to slow the momentum of frontrunner Bernie Sanders. CBS's Natalie Brand is in Charleston.
I'm hearing my name mentioned a little bit tonight.
Right from the start, Bernie Sanders took fire from all sides.
Let's talk about what it adds up to. Let's talk about math. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what it adds up to. It adds up to 4 more years of Donald Trump.
The senator from Vermont recently emerged as the frontrunner among Democrats, especially after Saturday's commanding victory in Nevada, a win that's prompted new scrutiny of his record.
Walking distance here is Mother Emanuel Church. 9 people shot dead by a white supremacist. Bernie voted 5 times against the Brady bill.
Polls show Joe Biden with a slight edge in South Carolina, but the former vice president needs a strong showing in Saturday's primary to catch up in the delegate count.
If you don't win South Carolina, will you continue in this race?
I will win South Carolina.
This was also the final debate before Super Tuesday, just 1 week from now, when 14 states will vote, contests that will no doubt narrow the field.
Progressives have got one shot, and we need to spend it with a leader who will get something done.
You have to learn how to work with both sides of the aisle, and then you can get stuff done.
We need a campaign of energy and excitement. We need to have the largest voter turnout in the history of the United States.
A CBS News poll finds defeating President Trump is a top priority for South Carolina Democrats, but less than 50% of voters are confident Democrats will nominate a candidate who can do that. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Charleston.
54 delegates are at stake in South Carolina. No candidates have dropped out of the race in Sanders' big Nevada win over the weekend.
Let's turn to Dave for a quick look at the weather here. A little cooler out there today than we've been seeing.
A little bit cooler, but the temperatures will continue to go down over the next couple of days, bottoming out around 0. Probably by Thursday, Friday morning. But then a warm-up could be coming our way. We'll talk about that in more detail in a bit, but first let's get a look at the short-term forecast, which is calling for flurries for many of us tonight and through tomorrow, maybe even into early Thursday morning. Probably not adding up to much either as those troughs of low pressure work into the area, although they will help steer northerly winds over Lake Superior, so the South Shore may get an inch or 2 thanks to lake effect. So our day planner for Wednesday says the skies should be on the gray side as those lows pass by. 30% chance for flurries in the morning, and then around lunchtime you may get a break for a few hours. 40% chance they could come back as you're coming back home from work or from school. High temp tomorrow, only 21, so around 31 today, 21 tomorrow. Does that mean 11 the next day? Well, we'll show you the forecast in a few minutes to see if that's true.
Thanks, Dave. A first for the state of Minnesota in quite some time. A week from today, Minnesotans will be voting in a March 3rd presidential primary as part of Super Tuesday.
CBS 3's Ryan Campo has more on how this change will affect you.
This year will be the first general election cycle in which Minnesotans will select their preferred presidential nominee via primary rather than a caucus, thanks to a bill signed by former Governor Mark Dayton in May of 2016.
It is the same process that you would have during a regular statewide election. The only real significant difference is that you are choosing a party ballot. So you're going to choose either a DFL ballot or a Republican ballot.
But that isn't the only change happening on Super Tuesday. Minnesota voters will now have more flexibility when it comes to when they vote, as polls will be open from 7 in the morning to 8 at night. Or you can join the 800 voters and vote ahead of time.
And our early vote center just opened in City Hall. So anytime between now and Election Day, with the exception of Sunday, you can come into City Hall and you can cast your ballot into the machine.
As for how many voters the city is expecting, that number remains in question due to the new format this year.
Very, very difficult to project voter turnout. We're looking at potentially between 40 and 50%, but very difficult to say just because it is a different election and haven't had a similar election in many years.
With the recent issues with the caucus voting process in Iowa, going back to something familiar will streamline the process.
You know, the primary process is something that's very familiar to election administrators, so it is easy for us to implement to some extent, also taking into consideration some of the changes. But so from an organizational perspective, statewide, it's potentially that will be a benefit to the state that we have moved to this primary system.
Along with Minnesota, 13 other states will be participating in Super Tuesday, with 1/3 of all the delegates up for grabs.
When you arrive at the polls next Tuesday, you can only cast a ballot for one party, and you'll need to ask for a specific ballot based on your party. That information will be accessible to the state's major political parties, which will not only get a list of every voter who casts a ballot, but which party's primary they voted for.
Meanwhile, our political expert, Dr. Cindy Rugeley, had this to say about Super Tuesday and what role Minnesota plays on one of the biggest days of the campaign trail.
It's not winner take all, so you want to go into these primaries and get some delegates out of it. You don't want to be skunked. And so Minnesota's just part of a big picture. We're finally a player in it. And Minnesota is starting to be looked at by both political parties after the last election when it was so close. And so I've said before...
Rugeley added she believes Sanders and Klobuchar stand to be the biggest winners in Minnesota next Tuesday. Now, all these changes come after nearly 3 decades of using that caucus system.
Yeah, however, precinct caucus meetings still happen tonight without the presidential vote. CBS3's John Cardinelli caught up with the DFL and GOP to learn what is different this year.
With no presidential caucus in Minnesota this year, there's still a reason to gather for both the DFL and the GOP.
Shape our party's platform, shape our party's leadership, and ultimately nominate local leaders to take us into November elections.
It's basically the start of the grassroots process of bringing ideas from the people on the street and upward through the system.
The process looking different this year, as both parties are focusing more on key issues that could be taken to the next political convention. Eventually, those resolutions could become a part of the party platform.
We want to discuss or review is a comprehensive sex education program in the cities and also the social justice in the school system.
I think a lot of people care about education and health care. The environment is another issue that I expect to see a lot of resolutions on.
The DFL hoping to attract new members to strengthen the party, while the GOP has different goals.
Support our local candidates and state candidates and eventually vote for the president.
While the caucuses aren't so much about who the future president could be, both parties feel the events are valuable and provide an opportunity to elect delegates who can shape the community.
A lot of governing happens locally, not just at the city level, but also at the state capitol. And so having a direct say in who represents us down in St. Paul, I think, is important.
After tonight, each party will look at delegates and issues discussed. They will gather again in March for party conventions to move forward towards electing candidates for office.
The Duluth School Board decided to pause its conversation about shifting school boundaries. Board members voted last night after the district recommended taking the process in stages. It's a conversation that's drawn a lot of community feedback. Jill Lawfold, the school board chair, says the topic is not dead. They still plan to have a consulting firm present its final boundary change recommendation. Lawfold says they hope to have a plan in place for the 2021-2022 school year.
A Barnum man is in custody tonight after Duluth police arrested him in connection to reports of shots fired. It happened around 2:30 this afternoon near North 28th Avenue West and West 1st Street in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. According to DPD, witnesses told police the suspect ran into an address on the block. Officers surrounded that place. They say the man came outside with a gun in his waistband. Officers found spent shell casings nearby. Duluth police don't think the shots were aimed at any person or property, and no one was hurt. The 24-year-old man faces charges of reckless discharge of a firearm within a municipality.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a plea for help. It's been a brutal winter for ice fishing resorts in the region. What they're asking for from lawmakers.
Temperatures are taking a downward trend. Some towns 42 yesterday, today 32, tomorrow 22. How low will we go? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast coming up after our break.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
Get store-wide savings during the final days of Home's President's Day sale. Plus, no interest financing until 2023. This sofa is now just $4.99 and free shipping when you spend $4.99 or more. The President's Day sale ends Thursday at Home Furniture.
Cold and harsh conditions can make your winters brutal. So we traveled to a test facility in Baudette, Minnesota, and pushed the Honda CR-V LX with available all-wheel drive to the absolute limit, challenging the available real-time all-wheel drive with intelligent control system, and proving why the CR-V can push you through those cold winter months. Visit your local Honda dealer to find a great deal on the CR-V at 2019 KBB.com Best Buy.
There's plenty of winter left. Northwest Outlet's winter clearance is here, and that means big saving. Up to 60% off on all winter North Face and Columbia clothing. Winter jackets, pants, boots, gloves, hats, that's all up to 60% off. Northwest Outlet stocks more winter clothing than anyone in the area. Nobody even comes close to their gigantic winter inventory. For gigantic savings, shop Northwest Outlet's Bargain Basement, the store that saves you more. 1814 Belknap, Superior.
Now, we know the Trump strategy. Try to win by attacking, distorting, dividing. Mr. President, it won't work.
Newspapers report Bloomberg is the Democrat Trump fears most. As president, universal health care that lets people keep their coverage if they like it. A record on job creation. A doable plan to combat climate change.
I led a complex, diverse city through 9/11, and I have common sense plans to move America away from chaos to progress. I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Dear Wallet, Toyota President's Day is on. Load up on tech. Load up on style. Load up on fun. And load up on savings. Hurry, get a historic deal before it's history. See you soon, your new Toyota. Right now, get $1,000 TFS cash when you finance a new 2020 RAV4 or lease a new RAV4 for $239 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Home World Rugs Progressive Rug Sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to $500 off sale prices on any rug, $199 or more. Every shape, size, pattern, and color rug on sale now. Up to 56% off regular prices. The Progressive Rug Sale at Home World Rugs.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Temperature-wise, yeah, we're taking a bit of a nosedive here. Temperatures were way warmer than normal over the weekend, and since then we've been coming down in increments. High temps today were in the upper 20s to lower 30s around the region, and that's still warmer than normal by about 5 degrees. But come tomorrow, we're going to be undercutting normal by about 5 degrees, and for the rest of this work week, we'll get pretty chilly, especially for overnight lows. But once the weekend comes around, temperatures like this just might come back again, just in between a little bit of a cool down. I can't really call it an Arctic outbreak. It's just a little bit of a dip. Right now, here's what we've got going on at the airport in Duluth. Sky. Well, the clouds are increasing as a pair of troughs of lower pressure come towards our region. 25 is the current temp, so it is still warmer than normal right now. Tomorrow, yeah, maybe not so much. Wind right now, north 9 miles per hour. Relative humidity, 66%. And air pressure, again, at least at the ground level here, 30.37 inches of mercury on the high side. But up aloft, yeah, those lows are, of course, working up and over the cooler, denser air at the surface, and eventually will conquer the entire region. And once that conquest is done, there's a chance of light snow tonight, tomorrow, maybe into early Thursday morning. Light is the key word, maybe not adding up to much of anything away from the South Shore. Current temps, 13 International Falls, 21 Hibbing, 28 Moose Lake, and 30 in Superior, 25 right now in Silver Bay, 22s from Hayward up to Ashland, and down to 20 in Ironwood. Waters is there as well. Low temps tonight could go towards the single digits near the border, and again, a sign of the cool down that's coming. The rest of the region might hold on to lower teens, perhaps for the last time for the next couple of days. All right, we've been talking about a slight light snow chance, and the current Doppler map is showing there have been a few flurries peppering the region here today. Some to the north of Duluth, some around the Twin Ports here, some to the south, some to the east. Not many to the west, though, so we'll have to discount that direction. And I step off the screen so you can eye up the entire region. It's nothing huge and probably won't add up to much either, though the chance for these flurries does continue through tomorrow. Once we get into Thursday, higher pressure comes in to cool us down and clear us up, but like I mentioned, not drastically so. And before this can happen, then, how much snow will we get? Well, here's my estimate. For most of us, a trace to maybe an inch, and that's being optimistic. For the South Shore, thanks to lake effect, there is a chance for 1 to 2 inches spread out through about Thursday morning. Forecast tonight in Minnesota calls for those lows to go around 4 degrees by the border to as warm as 15 by the lake. 40% chance for these flurries in Minnesota, and a 40% chance for Wisconsin and Michigan. Low temps there in the teens. For tomorrow, daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan, about 20 to 25 degrees with a 40% chance for more of those flurries, especially in the afternoon. Minnesota may get a break from the flurries in the morning. They come back in the afternoon with highs from about 16 to 23, so the cool down is coming. And the 7-day forecast shows by Thursday, Friday, gets a little bit chilly for the morning lows, 0 on Friday, but then we start to increase temperature-wise on Saturday, back into the mid-30s by Sunday, and following that, more mid-30s Monday and Tuesday with our next chance for a rain and snow mix.
Thanks, Dave. This year's winter weather is still having a big impact on Lake Winnie.
Yeah, too much snow and not enough ice on the lake near Deer River has forced anglers and tourists to look elsewhere for winter vacations. For one resort, that's meant losing $300,000 this season.
Now, those resort owners are forced to find other work while they and other businesses wait for good news from the state. CBS3's Emma Quinn has the story.
This winter season has been brutal for all kinds of businesses on Lake Winnipegosh,
which left a lot of people either not coming through, or if they were coming through, they were headed to Red Lake and Lake of the Woods, which so our numbers are way down from last year or previous years.
When we first visited Rick and Kim Leonard, owners of High Banks Resort, back in January, they were in jeopardy of having to close down 2 weeks early. Thanks to a decent walleye season,
it's kind of back to normal the way it should be.
They'll be able to stay open until mid-March when they originally planned. But the Leonards know even that won't be enough to hang their hat on. They had to look for other ways of making money.
Who can plan for what hit us? There's no plan for it. Some of the things that we're doing to offset for us is I've taken a job down in Tennessee for 6 weeks to go down and work.
It's a similar story for Fred's Bait and Tackle Shop. Owners say they're down almost 40 to 50% in sales.
The month of January, we're down 20% in sales. As of the middle of February, we were another 20% down, 20 to 30% in sales.
Business owners all around Lake Winnie are still hoping the state can give a helping hand with a bill that the Leonards say is being proposed by State Rep John Purcell.
Amount of $10 million for the 5-county area, and businesses will then be able to apply for up to $100,000, and then there's criteria that needs to be met.
But until that happens, business owners say they'll keep fighting to make ends meet, knowing they're not facing this hardship alone.
This is about the area, and this is about places that are going to really struggle and stuff, so we're going to keep the fight going.
It hurts everybody. Everybody in the area is feeling it.
The High Banks owners say they leave for Nashville on Wednesday. They'll be there until late March. The bill was tabled on Monday, and the next step is to wait for a hearing to be scheduled.
Still to come on Live Local CBS3, Cleveland Cliffs takes a big step forward as it strives toward entering the steel-making industry. More on that after the break.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
When other diets don't work, lose up to 1 pound of fat a day with Healthy Systems USA.
My name is Keith. I'm on the Healthy Systems USA plan. Been on it a little over a month, and I've lost 25 pounds so far.
Order online or call us today.
Tired of the cold? Then shop for your next vehicle during Carey Toyota's annual indoor used car sale. We're filling the showroom with used vehicles and slashing prices. Every eligible used vehicle at Carey Toyota comes with a Carfax quality inspection report and manufacturer powertrain warranty. Plus, with your used car purchase, receive a $200 gift card and a Gen 3 Amazon Echo Dot with Alexa. Hurry to experience the quality difference during Carey Toyota's annual indoor used car sale. Voted best car dealer 21 times.
When I went to Aspen Dental, they asked me, what's wrong? I go, I had rotting teeth in my mouth. My fiance hadn't seen me smile in 10 years. I have a child on the way here in the next 5 months. I would like to be able to smile in his first picture when he's born. They said we can do that. If I would have known that I was going to be 50 times happier with dentures, I would have fixed it before.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes, dentures start at $3.99 per arch. And yes to a 90-day denture money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Book at aspendental.com or call today.
Got you some sun protection.
But we work inside.
What's that?
He's testing the rollers.
Ma'am, I need to see your ID.
But I'm your mother.
Now what?
He's doing suppressed trust falls.
I trust you, Jim.
Western National can cover your business and your home.
You'll get me next time.
With Western National, you'll have to find something else to worry about.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
When other diets don't work, lose up to 1 pound of fat a day with Healthy Systems USA.
Hi, my name's Jennifer, and I'm really excited about Healthy Systems USA. I've been on it for 10 months, and I've lost 110 pounds.
Order online or call us today.
Get very lucky Thursdays at the Bear.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
Cleveland Cliffs' plan to buy out Ohio steelmaking company AK Steel has taken another major step forward. According to the mining company, they now have final clearance, including regulatory approvals, to take over AK Steel. Cliffs president and CEO Lorenzo Gonzalez touted the merger and the year ahead for the company during a recent earnings call. That includes the progress made at the Toledo, Ohio HBI project facility, which will get its pellets from the North Shore mine in Silver Bay. Gonzalez said, quote, with both the upcoming completion of the acquisition of AK Steel and the Toledo HBI plant coming online, 2020 will be a transformational year for us, and we can't wait to deliver on all of the potential Cleveland Cliffs has in store. Pending a vote from shareholders, the deal is set to close on March 13th.
All right, Kelly's here for sports. Kelly, there's some big games out there across all levels tonight.
Oh, we're focused on Wisconsin tonight. We got some big matchups, boys and girls. Hayward Superior. That's all coming up next in sports highlights. Don't want to miss it.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association and Range Regional Airport.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Extreme speed. Soar from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Extreme Wi-Fi 360. It's 360 degrees of coverage and a whole new way to Wi-Fi. Extreme power. Streaming so real you can feel it. Feel it. Extreme reliability. Because your life depends on it.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. that beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together. It's families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Did you know that over 90% of today's top-rated television shows can be watched for free, including live sports, news, and the hottest sitcoms, all for free with TV Freeway Gold. Simply plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite HD broadcast television shows free. TV Freeway Gold uses premium gold-plated connectors, giving you high-quality signal transfer so you can watch all your major channels all in high definition, absolutely free, anywhere you want it, even on your boat, so you can cut the cord and get TV the freeway with TV Freeway Gold for only $19.99 for free TV forever. But when you order now, you can get a second TV Freeway Gold for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, and we'll ship them both to you free. But you have to order now.
Call 1-800-408-5417. That's 1-800-408-5417. Or visit tvfreewaygold.com. Order now.
Our team at Washkes in Virginia has proudly been putting the customer first since 1983. We're driven to provide the best guest experience with the most competitive pricing. Experience the difference.
Trust the team at Washkes to find you the perfect truck built for work and play. Lease a new 2020 Ram for $385 a month, or buy a new 2019 GMC Sierra and save up to $13,000 off MSRP. Get an SUV made to fit your lifestyle and family. Lease the nimble new Jeep Renegade for just $199 a month.
We're family driven since 1983.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It is about to be a week and a half chocked full of high school hockey in both Minnesota and Wisconsin. Tonight we are heading across the border for a matchup as Hayward and Superior battled for a trip to the section finals. The Canes took their first regular season matchup, but what would happen tonight with a trip to the sectional finals on the line? First period, the road team strikes first. A dribbler gets to George Hansen, who unleashes on it, and Superior has the 1-0 lead shortly after. Spartans on the power play. Alex Hansen with the slick wrister. That doubles the Spartans' lead, but don't count out Hayward yet. Cade Delisle crashes the net for the putback score, and the Hurricanes are within one. The classic pile-up Selly. He wasn't finished because moments later, he redirects the puck for his second goal of the game, and we're tied at 2. So we head to the second period. Hayward now up 3-2. Drew Scardy is in the right place at the right time for Superior. He puts it right back in net, and we're tied at 3. Closing minutes of the second. Hurricanes generate a 2-on-1. Rylan Actor puts it home stick side, and that would be the game winner. Hayward moving on. They will face Rice Lake this Saturday for a trip to the WIAA state tournament. In the girls' high school hockey playoffs, Hayward was down in Eau Claire, taking on the Stars. No score in the second. Cameron Carmody gets loose on the breakaway, takes the shot, but Emma Quimby makes the big save. So we move to the third, still scoreless. Madison Schwenger right out in front. She buries the wrister home, 1-0 Eau Claire. The Hurricanes in need of some more magic. Kennedy Springer all alone, but Alicia Smith gets the stop. She stopped everything she faced tonight as Eau Claire North gets the 1-0 shutout win, knocking out Hayward. The Wild taking on Columbus tonight with Zach Parise still on the team amidst rumors that he'd be traded before the deadline. Eric Stahl gets the Wild on the board in the first, receiving a pass behind the net. Banks the wraparound off a defender into the back of the net. It is 1-0 Wild. To the second, Mikko Koivu sets up in the slot and backhands the rebound in for his second goal of the game to make it a 3-1 game. Blue Jackets nearly battle back, but the Wild hold on for the 5-3 win. After an overtime win over Washington last night, Bucks playing for the second night in a row, taking on Toronto. First quarter, Eric Bledsoe with the tough drive gets the bucket and the foul. The three-point play made it a 4-point lead, and Bledsoe had 17. Raptors led by 2 heading into the second half. Good thing the Bucks have many capable shooters. George Hill to Marvin Williams in the near corner for the 3. Giannis would hit a step-back jumper from the foul line to keep the Raptors at bay in the fourth. He had 19 total. Bucks win this one, 108-97, the final. Well, here in Minnesota, it all comes down to tomorrow night in boys high school hockey. Duluth-Denfeld will take on Hermantown in the Section 7A finals. On Saturday, the Hunters won their first game at Amsoil Arena since 2013. It was a 4-0 win over last year's section champs, the Greenway Raiders. It will be a tall hill to climb for Denfeld. They haven't beaten Hermantown in 8 years. That includes a 6-1 loss back in December. But this is a laser-focused group led by 5 seniors that is ready for their moment on Wednesday night at Amsoil.
You know, I think this is one of the years where it's kind of all came together, if that makes sense, and everything's been going the right way for us this year. I mean, we've had a couple blemishes, but a lot of ups, not a lot of downs, as we've just been working hard for it. You know, this is not only about the seniors, it's the whole team as a group. I mean, we got a good group of guys.
Well, we're going to enjoy it, and the one thing that we've been saying is we've done it together. We've won together all year. We've lost together all year, so whatever happens, we're going to lay everything out there, and it'll be together.
Denfeld and Hermantown will face each other tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Amsoil Arena. We will have coverage tomorrow night at 6 and 10. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center. Proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
Want to lose fat quickly? Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
I have lost 25 pounds. Super easy. You follow the program and you lose weight.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever. Get 0% financing for 72 months on these Sierra models. Plus get $500 purchase allowance when you finance through GM Financial, and current eligible GM owners get an additional $750.
Oak Lake RV is kicking off the new year right with our year-end closeout pricing. Browse our entire inventory today, from our indoor showroom to our clear lot, any time of the year. Now is the time to buy. Non-current model years must go at Oak Lake RV. Visit oaklakerv.com for more details. Oak Lake RV in Moose Lake, family owned and operated since 1930.
Don't settle with the insurance company until you've talked with Schwabel, Getz & Sieben.
As a single parent, I was really overwhelmed with everything about the situation, and Schwabel, Getz & Sieben not only helped me take care of the immediate needs, but also helped me plan for my son's future. I would recommend Schwabel, Getz & Sieben to everyone. They listened to me, and I knew that I could trust them.
Schwabel, Getz & Sieben will fight to get you a fair settlement. Call or visit Schwabel.com today for a free consultation.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives, as well as fixing them.
Want to lose fat quickly? Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
Started my weight loss journey with Healthy Systems USA Easter weekend. By the end of October, I have lost 92 pounds.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for a buck suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Before we go, a Hollywood showrunner whose credits include none other than Stranger Things shared secrets of the business with students at St. Scholastica tonight. Karl Gadushik discussed the main phases of creating a TV show, what it takes to be a showrunner, and how to advance projects. His advice to students: learn to write strong stories and find a mentor who challenges you. He says having a fresh, authentic voice is crucial to success in Hollywood, but being successful is about being willing to learn.
Doing TV at a high end is a perpetual learning experience. There's no, I don't think you get to be a pro at it, you just get better at it. I mean, you make a lot of mistakes the first time out of the gate, and then you try to learn from those mistakes, and it's a forever process completely.
Ganushek's speech was part of a lecture series hosted by Catalyst Content Festival.
Very cool. All right, Dave, some snow might be headed our way, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of light stuff for most of us, slightly heavier for the South Shore thanks to lake effect. Bottom line is, through early Thursday morning, maybe folks in the snow belt could get 1 to 2 inches. The rest of us a trace to maybe an inch if we really push it. 30 to 40% chance for that to happen on Wednesday, with a bit of a break around lunchtime. Into Thursday and Friday, higher pressure takes over, cools us down, clears us up, at least through Friday. Then for the weekend, back to the warm side.
All right, thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow night.